Well. Now the official season has ended. And congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks. They are now Super Bowl champions. I don't want to spend too much time on this live. I didn't. How I did this is that I kind of didn't want to record a video and then doing the edit for it. I'll admit I'm being a little bit lazy and a little bit tired at the moment, but also I just kind of wanted to give my fresh thoughts on this game before it's all said and done. One, this game, at least leading up to it from my perspective, I did not think this was going to be an exciting game to begin with. I thought Seattle's defense was going to take this game over, and that is exactly what happened. I thought New England's offense has been too suspect in this entire postseason to really overcome this Seattle Seahawks defense, and that is exactly what happened. I thought that the way that they could get after the quarterback, they're going to make Drake May's life hell, and that is exactly what happened. And I thought Seattle's offense was going to make a few more plays than the Patriots' offense. Statistically, they may not have been what happened, but that's what happened. Running the football with Kenneth Walker, he ran the football well. Sam Donald didn't have his greatest of games, but he didn't turn the football over. Drake made two picks. Then he had these six sacks. The offensive line could protect well. They were getting after him. And it was one of those ball games to where it was, for the most part, especially in that first half, a defensive fight by each of these teams. And that is exactly what happened. It was basically a defensive fight. I just think that this particular ball game in itself, I'm not gonna say what it really exposed the Patriots, but I will say the Patriots' flaws were made. I just think that their flaws were exposed. The flaws of not being a consistent offense, and I felt from really seasons go that I just didn't believe in this football team. As far as winning this particular ball game, I didn't believe in this team. I really didn't believe in this team. And I kind of had that feeling of this team was just not one of those. I just didn't think they were going to overcome it. I didn't think they were going to overcome their offensive woes for what they've been going through all season. It was one of those things where I just didn't think that this New England Patriots team was going to be able to overcome the woes that they had this entire playoff run. They didn't run. They had games in their offense where they just didn't. They wasn't consistent. You think about it. The game against the Chargers, they didn't look well. The game against the Houston Texans, they turned the football over a lot, and they win that game because they did capitalize on basically all of those C.J. Stroud turnovers. Then if they didn't get a turnover 10-7 against the Broncos, then we could be looking at a totally different game. And that's why I picked the Seattle Seahawks coming into this game because I just knew that Seattle's defense was going to stifle what New England had to throw at them. And Mike McDonald has been coaching a masterclass with this defense. And they got after Drake May and made his life a living hell. They weren't able to run the football consistently. They had a couple of drives, but that was about it. He had the strip sack, fumble. He had the picks, six sacks. It was just basically a defensive masterclass. A masterclass, and then Kenneth Walker running the football very well. That's basically what this game was coming down to. The Seattle Seahawks ran the football and played good defense. And I've one that said that defense, and it's been proven true, defense wins championships. These last two Super Bowls are proof that defense wins championships. The way the Eagles dominated the Chiefs last year, and now the way that the Patriots pretty much got dominated on their side of that side of the ball. Shout out to Sam Darnold. He's the first quarterback from that 2018 class to win the Super Bowl. And all the bullshit that he had to put up with, and for him to now be a Super Bowl champion, shout out to Sam Darnold. The Seattle Seahawks, what a season. What a season. My boy Jackson Smith Jigber from the Ohio State University has now become a Super Bowl champion, and I'm here for it. Patriots had a great year. I was personally one, and this might sound crazy, that I did not have Drake May that high in my MVP race. And I think a lot of Drake May's, and I'm not going to say he's a bad quarterback, and I'm not saying that at all, but I just personally feel that with the season that he had, yes, it was a good season. But for him to be one vote away from getting an MVP, I kind of question that. And that playoff run kind of proved my thinking was because that team, the offensive side of the ball for the Patriots, did not play great this entire playoff run, and it proved to get in the Super Bowl. And then we're talking about that defense of the Patriots played well. They kept Seattle out of the end zone for the most part. It was just their offense couldn't capitalize, and I think that is something that has been them a big portion of their playoff run. Is that the defense has been stifling. Christian Gonzalez played a hell of a football game, and then you're talking about this New England Patriots offense. It's been turning the ball over. You think about it, he turned the ball over a ton against Houston, and like I said, if CJ didn't turn the ball over so much himself, we could be looking at an entire different playoff run. And if they don't get that turnover against the Broncos, the whole strip that could have been a touch that turned out into points, we could be looking at a totally different ball game because they struggled in that ball game as an offense too. And I think Seattle, along with Houston, were the two best defenses in the league. And I think the way that Seattle plays, and then the left side of the offensive line looked bad, it was a complete mismatch. And which is why I felt that this game was not going to be exciting too much because I just figured Seattle's defense was going to basically stifle whatever New England had to throw at them. And that's pretty much what happened this entire game. That's pretty much what happened this entire game is that defense wins championships. Again, Seattle Seahawks are champions when based off of a very excellent defense. So I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to get some thoughts out. I ain't want to do one of those video style edits and then have to edit it. I just wanted to give my shoot thoughts straight off live. I'm interested to see who they're gonna name MVP though before I get off the stream though. Actually, let me see. Did they name MVP yet? So wait, so they said so Kenneth Walker is MVP? I think it's probably going to be Kenneth Walker. It probably should be somebody on that defense to get Super Bowl MVP. If we're going to be honest, they better not give it to Sam Darnold. He didn't play that great. He did not have that great of a game for to be Super Bowl MVP. Seattle made the right hire. I'll tell you that much. The Seahawks made the right hire with their head coach. The excellent hire. This game, it's been a hell of an NFL season. I say that. It's been one hell of an NFL season, and on top of that, the Bears actually did well for a change in my life. But I like that. Yeah, I figured Kenneth Walker Super Bowl MVP makes sense. The hell of a game he had. If he would that touchdown didn't get called back for holding, it would have been even more of a case for him to be the MVP in this game. But Seattle Seahawks, your 2025-26 Super Bowl champions. That concludes the end of the NFL season, and it's gonna suck that we're now going to have no more football talking, no more NFL. But channel doesn't stop, grind doesn't stop, content doesn't stop. I probably won't do anything much this week. Is just to take a mental break. But well, I take that back. I do have to give my thoughts on the Bears' new offensive coordinator. So that's coming tomorrow. But I'm gonna end this now.